What do you know about dairy, how it affects our gut? I've heard something along the lines of the animal size is not the kind of milk we're supposed to be drinking. It's the goat milk.
I think you're bringing up a good point. What I understand, what I've learned over the years is the type of protein in dairy has changed, right? So I think the dairy we're consuming now is not the dairy we were consuming
Right.
50 years ago,
Yeah.
right? And there's a particular type of casein protein
Mhm.
that comes from certain breeds of cow that we have more of those breeds now. And that particular casein is super reactive. It's very pro-inflammatory in the gut.
Mm-mm.
Very inflammatory. So there are some people who will be like, well, when I drink milk here, I feel sick. But when I drink milk in Europe, or maybe when I go to Africa, where the old traditional cow, like, the cows that are
Yeah,
skinny, those skinny,
I attest to
those
that.
skinny cows are making the original casein. So there's like casein A1, casein A2. So it's different kind of protein. But the ones that we are finding in the stores in abundance is the ones we are overbreeding, right? Because I think they grow fast and you get a lot of milk. But those are the ones we are very reactive to. A lot of people get a ton of inflammation from there.
Right.
So yes, I generally, when people come to me with gut issues, I really think, and I don't know if this is correct, but I think one of the first things I tell them to do is stop dairy.
Stop dairy.
Let's see how it changes, because it could either be the protein that you're like reacting to, or you could actually just have lactose intolerance, which a lot of us have as well, right?
It's
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah. Growing up in Uganda, I do remember dairy is a big part of life. I mean, the Banyankole, the tribes in Africa, some of them are, dairy is the big thing, right? The cow feeds the whole family. And then you come here and it's lactose intolerant. And I do remember seeing something as well where I think what they feed the cows here is very different.
Yeah. Breeds.
Yeah, so the grazing, I guess they graze from the land, which obviously they're more organic, no GMOs, here I saw one documentary where they were feeding the cow corn, and they had mentioned something about how the cow breaks down corn is not the same as it does green, which can convert, however the science is, the cow and goes to our milk. So personally, don't also drink too much milk.
But you can get vitamin D and high fats from other sources too, right? So if someone is sensitive, I usually will recommend other sources of vitamin D, other sources of fats and things like that.
By us sharing this knowledge too, our children are going to dig one day, and they're going to be the future scientists and the future changes of the earth. So it's a good thing that also you have your kids listening into this. You never know.
I do, but even when I tell them, they're like, "Oh, Mom, did you have to be a GI doc? You're always talking about good health. We can't eat that. We can't eat that."
Hopefully we can we can fix this earth back to a holistic way of life.